Learning English with Hal, episode on Here You Go, Here You Are, and There You Go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learning English with Hal, the podcast that helps you build confidence with real conversational English. I'm your host, and today we're diving into some very handy everyday English expressions that may seem simple, but they're actually super important in sounding natural. These phrases are here you go, here you are, and there you go. Maybe you've heard them before, or maybe you use them already. But do you know how and when to use each one? By the end of today's episode, you'll feel totally comfortable using these phrases naturally, and you'll also understand the subtle differences between them. All right, let's jump right in. So let's start with here you go. This phrase is a friendly, casual way of giving someone something. Let's say you're handing a friend a cup of coffee. You could say, here you go, as you pass it to them. It's like saying, here is the thing you asked for, or here is what I'm giving to you. Why do we use it? Well, it's quick and friendly. It doesn't need to be formal, so it's perfect for everyday situations. Example, imagine you're at a coffee shop. You order a latte, and the barista hands it to you, saying, here you go. This makes the interaction feel friendly and casual. No big deal, it's just a nice, polite way of saying, here's what you wanted. Next, we have, here you are. Now, this one is also used when you're giving something to someone, but it has a slightly more formal or polite tone. You'll often hear it in customer service settings or from people you might not know very well. For example, maybe you're at a restaurant and the server brings your meal. They might say, here you are. So, when do you use here you are over here you go? Think of it like this. If you want to be polite, or if you're with someone you don't know that well, here you are feels a little more respectful. It's subtle, but it can help in formal situations. Example, imagine you're handing your passport to an immigration officer. You might say, here you are, because it's a polite interaction in a formal setting. In general, here you are is a nice way to show respect without being overly formal. All right, now let's move on to there you go. This one can get a little tricky because it has a couple of different uses. Let's start with the first meaning. We can use there you go, just like here you go, when we hand something to someone. It's usually interchangeable. You could say here you go or there you go when giving a friend their coffee, for example. But there's another meaning that makes it unique. There you go can also mean something like, yes, you did it, or good job. It's a way of celebrating someone's success, especially if they figured something out or made progress on something. Example, imagine you're helping a friend fix a computer. They're not sure what to do, but then they finally figure it out. You could say, there you go, to encourage them, almost like saying, nice work, you got it. So just remember, there you go can mean both, here is what you wanted, and great job, you did it. It's all about the context. When you're celebrating or encouraging someone, there you go is the perfect phrase. All right, let's do a quick recap. We started with here you go, which is great for handing things to people in a casual way. It's friendly and super common. Then we talked about here you are, which is also for giving things, but it has a bit more formality or politeness to it. It's perfect for professional settings or with people you don't know well. And finally, we looked at there you go, which you can use just like here you go, but also as a way to say, yes, you did it, or good job. It's versatile and it's great for encouragement. So, next time you're handing someone something or encouraging them, think about which phrase fits best. This little choice can make a big difference in sounding natural and polite. That wraps up today's episode. If you enjoyed this, be sure to check out our other episodes for more tips on speaking natural, conversational English. Thanks so much for listening to Learning English with Hal. I'm your host, and I'll see you next time. Keep practicing, and as always, there you go, and a podcast.